Alright there folks, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Great to see you as always. I hope the working week hasn't gotten you down too much, but on the off chance it has, just forget about it. It's Friday, innit? Game on in the Premier League this weekend. Got some cracking games, if I'm being honest. Gonna touch on most of them. Talk about some more than others, obviously, but we'll try and get through all the good stuff. Um, it's come to my attention that some of you may be crossing over from the tennis side of the channel. If so, we already know each other. What's happening? Good to see you. And if you are new, which you very may will be, I'm going to be doing these at least once or twice a week. Probably do the Premier League ones. Stick the Champions League in there as well when I can. Um, but yeah, I welcome you. What's happening? Like the video for me, if you would. Get yourself subscribed. If you're not, keep getting closer and closer to 500. I've got a feeling these Premier League picks might just be the little nudge over the edge that I need to get to the next step. So do me the favour, do yourself a favour. And with that being said, let's waste no time in it. First off, we've got Nottingham Forest coming up against Brighton. Now Forest are at home. Straight off the bat, I really like the odds for this one. 2.55 for Forest for the win. You're getting Brighton at 2.75, 3.4 for the draw. Now both of these coming off a loss. Brighton's loss at home to Everton. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. That can happen to you. I didn't think Forest were going to get slapped up by Bournemouth that bad. I thought it was going to be very evenly contested. Maybe a draw, 2-1, 1-0 either way. No, no, no. Bournemouth absolutely embarrassed these. It weren't just a loss, it was an absolute humiliation. Um, you've got to be expecting a bounce back from these lads here. These have been fantastic at home as well. But it wouldn't be fair to say that without mentioning how good Brighton have been away from home as well. Couple of stats for you. So how this is going to work, we're going to do some team stats. So some statistics just on the individual teams themselves. And then following that up, we're going to do the head-to-head stats. So statistics that have occurred solely in this fixture. Alright, sound. So, couple that I wanted to mention. No clean sheet in the last three for Forest. They have scored the first goal in 7 of the last 8 games. You compare that with this next one. They've actually won the first half of 7 of the last 8 games. And as far as the individual stats, that's pretty much all that's consistently happened. Head to head, Brighton actually haven't been beat by Forest in the last 3. They've actually scored past them in the last 4 as well. 6 of the last 8 have seen 3 or more goals, and I very much expect this one to have some goals as well. I do. I really do. Forest, that you even like, just forget about that Bournemouth game. Forest, especially at home, very, very hard to break down. They've been fantastic, haven't they? Not only are they very hard to break down, I feel like on the attack as well, they've got some absolute killers. I mean, you know, I don't even need to name them, do I? You know exactly who they are. If you're watching this, I imagine you watch the football, so you don't need me to tell you. Chris Wood's been banging them in, like fucking prime Harry Kane. Morgan Gibbs-White's been quality. Hudson Odoi, Anthony Elanga, these are all a problem. These are all a threat. But I feel like Brighton have got a couple as well, haven't they? You can't sleep on the likes of Joao Pedro, Danny Welbeck, especially Karu Matoma. These are all capable of producing something on the day. I don't think Forest get beat, I don't think Forest get beat. I'm not going to spend too much time on these games. I'm just going to get, as much in as I can. If there's any boosts or any bet builders, I know we don't know any team news because I'm recording this 24 hours prior, but if there's any boosts or any bet builds, anything that I'm going for that I don't mention on this, stick your notifications on. I'll do some shorts a few hours beforehand, so, I won't leave you hanging. But we'll just go for the results on this. I don't see Forest getting beat. I really don't. I'm probably going to go for a little double today just to get us started, and I've got here Nottingham Forest double chance. So for those that don't know what that means, double chance, 2 results out of the 3. In this instance, I'm going to be taking Nottingham Forest to win or draw. So basically, they just don't lose. Don't lose. 1.4, I do not mind the odds for that. Touching on the total, 1.8 for under 2.5 goals. I think it goes over. You get over 2.5 goals at even money there. I think that's fine. Definitely see Chris Wood popping up with something. I can see Forest probably scoring more than one goal. I think Forest should be good for at least two this match. And considering they haven't really been that good defensively the past couple of games, I wouldn't put it past Brighton to sneak one in either. So I can say, wouldn't let the odds put you off there. Over 2.5 for evens. Sweet as a nut, folks. Sweet as a nut. Look, I can't move on without saying this, can I? Look, dead quickly before we move on. If you'd have told me that Nottingham Forest were going to be third at this point in the season, before the season even started, I'd have thought you were fucking insane. But you cannot deny that they do not deserve to be exactly where they are. Fantastic football. I feel like on the day when it matters, especially at home, Forest have got just that little bit more than Brighton. Look, they're going to want to win, aren't they? Like, they're going to have to, they need to react on that fucking defeat from Bournemouth. They can't come out here and get beat at home by Brighton, and I'm not having it. I don't think it'll happen. Give me Forest on the double chance, win or draw. And then, is this the second one off? Getting all anxious thinking about this one. We got Bournemouth and Liverpool, man. Fucking hell. We're 1.7 as favourites here. 4.3 for Bournemouth to win. 4.3 for Bournemouth to draw. That's weird. The odds are the exact same for them to win or draw the game. That's fucking nuts. Look, just first things first. It's for those that have watched the tennis channel over the year or over the past few months, it's probably no secret to you which team I support. And for those that are new, you can probably go off the accent alone, and that only narrows it down to two. And if you still can't guess, you've probably noticed the poster behind me, and that's the biggest giveaway of all. I fancy my team against pretty much anyone on any day. And I feel like if you support a football team yourself, you've got to say that, haven't you? You've got to back your boys. But with this, with us having a bet and trying to win some cash, most importantly, I have to talk about this for what it is. So this is not just like a Liverpool channel or a fan channel. It is just football predictions. I do think we have got more than enough to beat this Bournemouth team. But you cannot deny, and whether you want to admit it or not, this version of Bournemouth this year, especially now, arguably one of the most informed teams in the top flight. And that goes across all the leagues. They have been playing fantastic. They're just a really good team. Really good team, really good manager, quality players in key positions. I mean, look at Clivert. Look at what Clivert's been doing to people the past few weeks, man. He's on fire. He is a not world-class talent, but jumping the gun there, but he's putting in world-class performances. Let's just leave it at that. He's unbelievable. He's such a threat. And not only him, you've got people like Semenyo, Dango Utara as well, from bagging hat-tricks. They have just put 5 past Forest. And who did they beat before that? Because they absolutely hammered someone before that Forest game as well. Can't remember off the top of my head. Where is it? Should be here. I did have it up. That doesn't matter. I'll find it in a sec anyway. Did anyone think they were going to beat Forest like that? No, I really didn't. Fair play to them that they did. Newcastle, that was it. That was the one. They went down to St James's Park and absolutely bullied Newcastle 4-1 and then put 5 past Forest. I don't think anyone thought they were going to put 4 past Newcastle, let alone win. I highly, highly doubt anyone thought they were going to put 5 past Forest. What are the odds of that happening back-to-back games there? Slim and none, innit? What are the odds of that happening against Liverpool? Not only just against Liverpool, just the 3rd time in a row. Especially not only just the 3rd time in a row against the league leaders. Highly unlikely, in my opinion. I don't think we lose this game, but I hate talking about Liverpool games, especially from a betting standpoint, because there's too much riding on this for me other than just having a bet on it. I'm too emotionally invested in the team. But I have to be objective, don't I? Statistically, Bournemouth no losses in the last 12. You know, unbelievable. Unbelievable. 5 of the last 6 have seen 3 or more goals. Both teams have scored in 4 of the last 5 Liverpool games. We've been the first to score in 5 of the last 6. No clean sheet in the last 3. Now, in this fixture alone, we have won the last 4 games. Obviously, Bournemouth keeping no clean sheet in the last 4. 9 of the last 10 have seen 3 or more goals. I'd expect the same. I would expect more of the same. We have won the first half 8 of the last 10 times. I don't know. I'd probably stay away from that one. I really would. I don't know what's going to happen in this. I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet. I really don't. I think if you're good enough to put 4 past Newcastle and good enough to put 5 past Forest, whether you want to admit it or not, you're probably good enough to put 1 past us, aren't you? I can see it. We do tend to concede the odd goal here and there. I don't know, man. I don't know. Liverpool to win or draw, like I said, I don't think we're going to lose. I really don't think we're going to lose. I don't want to waste any more time on it. Luis Diaz absolutely terrorised these last time we played them as well when they came down to Anfield. I'm expecting something a little bit different this time around with it being the away fixture, but I feel like we've got more than enough where it matters most to at least edge this one out. I'm expecting us to win. I don't think we get beat. We can't get beat. Liverpool to win or draw, 1.2. You can double that with Forest to win or draw. That gets you around 1.8. I don't mind that. So let me know what you think on those two. We'll just fly through these ones. So we're already on 12 minutes. Jesus Christ. These will take a little bit longer than the tennis ones, admittingly, but it's just the way it's got to be. Everton and Leicester, I won't be touching it. Everton should not be getting beat. They probably beat Leicester. I'd imagine they beat Leicester. I'd imagine, what's his name, Ndai, is it? Ilman Njai, or that fucking one, yeah, you know what I'm on about. He'll probably put 1 past these. He's been really good. I actually think he's a really good player. Just can't see Leicester beating them. Everton at home, especially against an opponent like these, like, the best of teams struggle to break these down. You know, they do. Very, very solid defensively. Both teams to score, you probably get good odds for that. I know I've just said the good defensively, but you can't sleep on Jamie Vardy when he's about, can you? Even in 2025, Jamie Vardy's still a threat. And I feel like if he's playing, I wouldn't be surprised to see him put 1 past Pickford. I really wouldn't. Ultimately, Everton should get that one done. What's the odds for them to win? 1.8 is a favourite. Yeah. You know, more or less similar odds to the Liverpool match there. So I don't think they lose. I really don't. And I don't really care, to be honest with you. Same with this one, Ipswich and Southampton. I couldn't give a fuck what happens in there. And I do apologise if there's any Ipswich fans or any Southampton fans. If you are watching, do let me know in the comments, and then I maybe change my tune and I'll start paying more attention to them for future vids. But as of right now, I can't get excited for that. I can't. I won't be touching it. So if anyone's got anything for that, anything solid, which you probably haven't, do let me know in the comments. But if not, we'll just move on to Newcastle and Fulham. I don't think Newcastle get beat either. 1.7 as favourites. Such a good team. Such a good team, especially at home, man. These are tough to beat. These are a very tough team to beat. You've got to appreciate a team like this. I mean, it's similar, like not similar with Bournemouth. Like, these are probably, like, as far as the squad goes, these are a better squad and whatnot. But you've got to appreciate a system that works with players that aren't necessarily world class, but they perform as so. Alexander Isak, currently one of the best strikers in the world. Unbelievable. Everyone wants him. There's not a single team out there that wouldn't want a striker like that. Fulham as well. I like watch Fulham play. I love watching this team play. I really do. I think they've got a really entertaining style of football. Got some good threats as well, man. Some decent threats on the ball. I was made up when Emile Smith-Rowe made the move over to Fulham from Arsenal. Best thing he could have done. Statistics. So 5 of the last 7 Fulham games have seen 3 or more. 5 of the last 6 Newcastle games have seen 3 or more. Both teams have scored in 5 of the last 7 Fulham matches. Newcastle usually win in the first half in their games as well. That's 8 out of the last 10. Newcastle always score past these as well. These have scored against Fulham in the last 9 games, and they've scored the first goal past Fulham in 6 of the last 7 matches. Got a fancy Isak to get something today, haven't you? You just can't stop him. you can't stop him when he's going. Although, I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see Anthony Gordon and Anthony Robertson. Like, I'll say that. It'll be very, very interesting. That'll be a crucial battle on that side of the wing there. Anthony Gordon, as we all know, he's an absolute fucking flyer, isn't he? I feel like he is not a massive part, but he has a good lot to do with how good Isak is at the moment. I think, I feel like Anthony Gordon allows Isak to do what he does most of the time. Anthony Robinson, no. He won't even be coming up against Anthony Robinson, will he? Who am I thinking of here? Not fucking Robinson. Who's the right back? Can't think of his fucking name. I'm thinking of fucking what's his name plays on the left. Forget it. I'm talking shit. Jacob Murphy will probably come up against Anthony Robinson anyway, but Anthony Gordon will be coming up against not Anthony Robinson, I imagine. So that will still be interesting. Fucking hell, I can't believe that. As far as goals go, I don't know. Fulham can be tricky, man. I can't see. I don't know. Newcastle should be beating them, realistically, without wasting any more time on it, because we're nearly at 20 minutes now. We've still got a few more games. You've got to fancy Newcastle here, haven't you? Especially with them being at home. It's very rare you see them do shit at home, and even if they play bad, they still usually dog out a draw or even a win. I'd have to take them. I might even take them to win, I feel like they'll do this Fulham team. 1.7. 1.7 for Newcastle. Anyone having that? I might do, I don't mind it. What's the win or draw? 1.2. More or less the same as the Liverpool match. I don't know. If you want to stick that on what we've already done, that'll put it over to evens. I think that should be so. I can't see them getting beat. I really can't. It might just be a case of Newcastle get the first 2, and then it's one of them. It's just done. It's curtains. Not many teams. I know we've just seen Bournemouth do it, but they seem to be just, I don't know, they're doing something otherworldly at the moment, aren't they? But not a lot of teams just go down to St James's Park and just beat this Newcastle team. They don't. They really don't. Very rarely see it happen. And going off the tangent for a second, let me know in the comments if anyone's even still watching. Who's been to St James's Park? Fucking quality, innit? What a fucking stadium that is. Just thought to say that. I haven't been to many away stadiums in my time. Been to a few. That was one that always stood out to me. Fucking phenomenal. Really, really good. I like it. Atmosphere's great. I'd imagine they get it done against Fulham. And then wrapping us up for Saturday night, last game, R5. Some of you may be looking at this going, why have they put this on last? But what stands before us here, folks, if you don't know, we seem to have a black country derby, don't we? Yeah, all fucking day. You know what that means, don't you? Black country derby, you get a card, you get a card, you get a card. Everyone gets a fucking card. Villa 2.2 as a favourite Wolves 3.2. Wolves piss poor this season. I'm not that surprised. I had me predictions somewhere. I had to fill out like a league predictions, and I had Wolves getting relegated, and I feel like they still could. I feel like they still might. They just can't win a game. Mateus Cunha will not be there next season. You just know that. There's no way he's going to be there. I'd probably take him at Liverpool. I know Arsenal want him. I don't feel like there's many teams that wouldn't love to have a player like Mateus Cunha at the moment. I can't see like this will definitely be his. Like they won't be able to keep hold of him. No chance. He's too good. But he's so dangerous. He's so good in that Wolves team, which is not that good. Imagine what he would be doing somewhere else. It's crazy to think. Aston Villa are a very 50-50 team, this lot, aren't they? Never really know how or who's going to turn up. Ollie Watkins does seem to have got himself back into a bit of form, but I imagine it's not long before that fucking dries up. He does get a bit patchy, doesn't he? Touching on Aston Villa, I seen they've sold John Duran to Saudi. I seen that today, €77 million. Now, I don't know about you. I was under the impression that they were maybe going to move Ollie Watkins on, with him being like nearly 30, and potentially keep hold of John Duran for the future, but obviously not. And apparently Ollie Watkins has turned down a move to Arsenal as well, yeah. I mean, do you think that's the answer for Arsenal? Do you think Ollie Watkins wins them the league? Does he? No, I don't think he does either. I could do, to be fair. No, I don't think he does. I just like cards. I like cards for this. I don't know who's going to win. It is a derby. It's just going to be a rap fest, innit? It's going to be one of them. I'll tell you one thing. If Mario Lemina's playing, he'll get a card. 100%. Yori Tielemans will probably get a card as well. Fuck it, maybe Morgan Rogers as well. He can get a bit of fiery, can't he? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I said, there's a lot of these that I'll have a look at near at the time, and then I'll consult me notes, and then I'll put up a short. So like I said before, put your notifications on so you don't miss anything. But yeah, I don't know. Villa should not be getting beat by, like, pretty much no one should be getting beat by Wolves. The only team that gets beat by Wolves now is fucking Wolves. No, they shouldn't be getting beat, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did, because as we know, in derbies, in the Premier League, not even in the Premier League, just in Europe, form goes out the window, doesn't it? Form goes out the window, it really does. It'll be interesting to watch. I'm looking forward to watching it anyway. And then, we'll just fly through these dead quicks. These are on Sunday. We've got Brentford and Tottenham. Tottenham are fucking garbage, aren't they? Let's just be real. This Spurs side, it is unbelievable. It baffles me. Absolutely fucking baffles me how bad that Spurs team is. It's criminal, innit? It's fucking criminal, man. I don't know. Don't know. It's not looking good for him anyway. I know that much. Big dogs here as well. 3.3 on the road to Brentford. We all know Brentford are going to beat these on Sunday. We just know it. Close your eyes and you can see Brian and Mbeumo, you can see Johan Wissa, probably even Kevin Schade, whoever wants to have a go, putting goals past this Tottenham team. You can just see it. Brentford are no joke, and they are not a team to be fucked with at all. You go down to the stadium and you go, oh my god, look, it's the Brentford Leisure Centre. No. Very, very tough team. Very tough. Admittingly, Tottenham, it wouldn't be fair to talk about them without mentioning the amount of injuries they've got. Like, they are fucking cursed, absolutely plagued with injuries at the moment, aren't they? So, I do feel for Postecoglou just a little bit, but it's just who we are, mate. That's just who we are, mate. That's all he keeps saying, innit? That's just who you are, mate. I don't think he'll beat Brentford at all. No chance. That's what you got. Vince McMahon FC. think Brentford get this one done. I expect them Western and Buemo to fucking smoke these, I really am. We've then got Man United, Crystal Palace. Now, not impersonal, but as a Liverpool fan, I never want Man United to win a game of football. I really don't. Uh, do I think they're going to win a game of football? Probably. Probably. I feel like, and it's not a definite, I'm not saying like this is the turning point for them, but I feel like it may be sooner than later we see this United team start to pick up just a little bit of speed and getting into a shape that it wants. I really do. I don't think Ruben Amorim is the type of manager that's just going to go there and then he's just going to get the sack in a few months. I really do think he's got a plan for this. We've already seen him come in and make a few changes. He's already made himself clear, and he wants people there. He doesn't want people there, this and that. Called them the worst Man United team in the history of the club the other week. And I seen some United fans absolutely fume with that. I seen people who were made up with it. Rival fans obviously think it's hilarious. Personally, bias aside, I think that takes a lot of fucking balls to come out and say that, because he's not wrong. He's not wrong. And I feel like maybe it takes something like that to just reignite that spark and make people realise, oh my god, like it's out there now, and he's literally come out and said this team is fucking horrendous. And I can't help but notice them ever since that. Who did they play the other night? They're not as bad as what they've been. It's always the case with them. And the managers have always got the blame. But I feel like it's most definitely come to the point where you can't hide it anymore. It's not the managers. It's not. It's the fucking players. It's always been them players. And you can blame the managers and go, yeah, the managers sign the players. Yeah, but then the players are still shit. The managers sign players thinking they're good, or once having played, managed them before, and you were like, oh my god, these people are good. We need that over here. And then they just turn into shit. I feel like getting Diallo in there been massive for them. Massive for them. Højlund, don't know. I really don't know. Look, this isn't a fucking Man United fucking debate channel or not, and I'm just getting too far into it here. I don't think they get beat by Crystal Palace, although Crystal Palace have got some key weapons, that key weapon being the big man himself, Jean-Philippe Mateta. Probably, so one of my mates said he's the second best striker in the league behind Haaland. I get it. I love Mateta. He's prime Barclays striker, isn't he? For those that have watched football for quite some time, this guy must remind you of some people, man. He is a prime Barclays Premier League striker, isn't he? Just big fucking meathead up front. Quality. Wouldn't be surprised to see him do something. Ismail Yassar, absolute flyer. He can be a nightmare for anyone on the wings, and especially when you've got someone with the talent of Eze, just putting balls anywhere you want on a plate, laser precision. I wouldn't be surprised to see Crystal Palace score at least one goal past this United team. Both teams to score seems alright. If you want my opinion on it, 1.75. I think both of them do score, I really do. Over 2.5 is 1.9. I don't really know about the result. I really don't. And I'm not at a point yet where I don't fucking bet on the United games, you know what I mean? Because even if I think they're going to win, I don't want to put money on them and sit there. You're not going to catch me supporting Manchester United, wanting them to win a game just because I've got money on it. Goes against everything I believe in, but I wish you the best of luck if you're taking it. They shouldn't be getting beat. They shouldn't. But they have been fucking garbage this season, haven't they? So we'll just wait and see. And then it took us 30 minutes to get to it. Oh look, Chelsea are playing West Ham on Monday. They're going to absolutely slap them up, aren't they? I'm not even wasting any time with that. Chelsea will bully West Ham at Stamford Bridge. You know they will. Don't care about the stats. Don't want to hear nothing about it. Cole Palmer, goal. Madueke, goal. God, I've got to go for 3. Enzo Fernandez with the assist for either one. That's a bit of a cop-out, but fucking get on me when it happens. I'm telling you. I've read the ancient Sanskrit text. That's what's going to happen. Madueke and Palmer both get a goal there. And then, to wrap us up, because I'm getting lightheaded, fucking hell. Still got to do the tennis in a minute as well, Jesus Christ. We've got, probably should have done this earlier, no one's probably watching anymore, but we've got Arsenal and Man City. Probably the biggest game of the weekend. What happens in this one? You're getting Arsenal at 1.9 as a favourite, Man City 4.10 underdogs. That is what they've been up to this season. And it's been fucking glorious. You're not going to find me complaining. I'd love to have a bet on this game. This is a bet builder situation. I've got to wait to the lineups. I need to see who's playing. I really do. Arsenal win or draw would be the safest bet, with them being at home. And we all know what Mikel Arteta's like in matches like this, the prime time spots when it's time to perform. He's too worried about losing the game than he is about trying to win it. So that's what we end up with. We end up with basically just a fucking sporting stalemate. And that's what I'm expecting of him, being honest with you. I really am. White flag football from Mikel Arteta. We're good enough to get a draw. Not winning the game isn't as bad as not losing the game. It's one of them sort of things. It may seem one and the same, but believe me, some managers are like that. They really are. Some people play to win. Some people play just to not lose. Simple as that. Simple as that. This is one of them spots. I can already see it. Arsenal cannot afford to drop any points, which is the fucking beauty of the game, innit? They can't afford to drop, depending on what happens in our match. Depending on what happens in the Liverpool game. Even win, lose or draw, it doesn't actually fucking matter. Forget it. They cannot lose this game. They can't. They really need to win. But with that being said, Manchester City are still Manchester City, and you would not be surprised to see them all of a sudden just snap into form and start beating everyone, because they've already started doing it. So, I don't know. Phil Foden seems to have come alive just when they need him most. It's a tough one, innit? It's a tough one. The odds would have you believe that Man City don't really stand a chance at winning this game. But I'm calling bullshit on that. I really am. This is a similar, for those that watch the tennis, you all know this is a similar instance where we always say with the likes of Djokovic, you don't get rich betting against the likes of Djokovic. You don't get rich betting against them fading. Kills me to say it, but some of the best in the world. Man City, although the table would suggest otherwise, it's a sleeping dog, innit? It's a sleeping fucking dog, man. It really is. There's still Man City. And you can turn it on like that, and I imagine we've all been just waiting for them. We're all waiting for the weekend to come where we go, oh fucking hell, here we go, they're going to win every game towards the end of the season now. Whether it'll matter or not, is to be seen, but I don't think it's as cut and dry as Arsenal should be bang on favourites to win that. I really don't. So with that being said, I could only go with Man City to win or draw. Who's going to do it? Fucking Kai Havertz going to bully City? No. It's not, is he? So, Gabriel Jesus, he going to bully City? No, I wouldn't have thought so. Trossard? Martinelli's not going to bully City, is he? I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm winding anyone up, but I just can't see it. I can't see it personally. Bet builder for me, or a boost. We'll see nearer the time. But that will do for now. I apologise for it dragging on. Like I say, footy will take longer than the 10, especially with it being the first one. I'm not exactly in flow state with these, so if anyone has made it to the end, which I highly doubt it, but if I have took up half an hour of your time, I apologise, but I do appreciate you. It means a lot. Like them folks, best bets, all that shit, get it in the comments. Doesn't matter what sport. Let me know who you support. Let me know who you don't support. Whatever, you know what I mean. Let's talk some football. Discuss it among yourselves. I'm going to go with Forest to win or draw. And I'm going to go against Everton I believe in, and with it being the first one on the channel, I'm going to go with Liverpool to win or draw. So hopefully we can all celebrate come what, Sunday? Yeah, probably Sunday. And if not, he'll be able to give me some stick over the Liverpool match. If anything was to happen, and I hope it doesn't. I don't think it will. I think we'll go down to the Bournemouth Leisure Centre and fucking throttle them. I really do. I hope we do. Just on the off chance we don't, I'll take a draw. Sound. Take it easy then, folks. Take care of yourself. Take care of one another. Gonna do a video for the semi-finals and the tennis now, so I won't be saying good night to you. Let's try and get that cash, innit? Appreciate you. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. And I'll see you either for the Champions League or for next week's Premier League. Whatever, innit? See you in a bit.